Hey, what's up? Brian here with Amber right over there. Hey, what's up? And this is J-Line, helping others achieve greatness in every part of life. And we've been doing a series called Driving Conversations. And this is when we let the Tesla drive and we have a conversation about some things. I'm going to go ahead and start engage the Tesla to drive. There we go.
Thank you.
Amber says the Tesla drives better than I do. But that's a whole nother video. But the Tesla's going to drive. We're on our way home. There'll be lots of turns and different things that the Tesla's doing. And we're just going to be focused on our video today. We've been in the middle of a series. Like I said, we've been in the middle of a series talking about having a lifestyle of traveling and all the different things you have to think of when you're thinking of a lifestyle of traveling. In fact, if we went over it, I think the first thing we talked about was the income problem, like rethinking your whole income. And so I'll just briefly talk about it, and then Amber could jump in on some stuff that this is her shot, her chance to give some feedback, because that is the kind of the topic of today, and we'll talk more about that in a second. But when it comes to the rethinking the way that finances are done and rethinking, hey, I have this on hurry mode, so it's not going to wait for anybody. Those people were trying to get over, but they were in the turn lane to turn right, so they ended up just turning right and maybe turning around. I saw both of them turn right, but anyway, let's stay focused. Okay. She said the Tesla is a jerk.
Well, it just wouldn't let those people over.
No, because they were in the turn lane. It didn't know they wanted over.
They had their turn signal on.
Yeah, but
things the Tesla is learning, I guess.
Yeah, the things the Tesla is learning. It's learning. It's getting better. And so, rethinking, saving all your money, working your entire life, and then spending what you saved for the rest of your life. That's rethinking success, rethinking finances. It was a couple videos later, but we talked about being able to work from anywhere and solving the income problem. How are you going to get your income if you're traveling all the time? That is one of the videos that was on the series. What else do you remember?
That video I'm about. I'm not about all the videos that you do. But
what? You weren't about?
One I'm about.
Oh, you're about that one.
Yeah, because I think it's important to actually have the income come in. We've traveled where we haven't really had the income, and it's miserable. And then traveling where we have the income.
Amber's halfway in this video because she halfway wants to do it. That's what I'm saying.
No.
And so you're getting Amber Unfiltered. That's what we should call this. We should call this video Amber Unfiltered. Maybe not. But we did talk about doing another video or another channel that's totally committed to the traveling and traveler. Speaking of, look, Amber, I have Life Builder on.
Nice, that's my channel.
Yeah, tell them what's going on with Life Builder. What's happening?
Well, I just picked it back up because you could watch the video I posted last week. It had been a year since I posted anything.
Whoa.
So a lot of life has happened in that year, and it was just hard for me to get stuff done. But I'm back at it, and I'm super pumped. So we're going to be going over a lot of health stuff, life stuff. It is going to be more me just talking about things of life and inviting everyone into my journey. And so I'm excited for it. I think it'll be good. Brian likes to do everything in his mind. He's always thinking finances, which I get that. I'm not thinking that. I'm just thinking I hope people like it, and it's great if something comes of it, but it's fine if it doesn't.
What do you mean all I think is finances?
Most of your creative things is like, how can we make money with this? How can we make money with this?
Yeah, helping people develop multiple streams of income. Yeah. Yes.
Which I'm for that too.
That's what J-Line's all about. And not all about, but that's what we do with the business coaching.
J-Line's all about relationship with Jesus. That's what J-Line's all about.
Right. Direct line to Jesus.
One aspect of it is
life, health, and business.
Yes, creating multiple.
So I've really focused on the business part of it, and the life and the health. I think life is more like, that's what we're trying to figure out with this other channel of like, what are we doing with life as far as traveling and different things like that. So we'll talk more about that in a second. So yeah, go over to Life Builder and check out her channel. It's Life Build with an R, just like the other channel, the Holy Roll with an R.
Mine's not as niche as Brian's, so you're going to get a whole bunch of randomness, but I think it'll be good randomness.
Yeah.
Randomness within a structure.
Because you say, let's build life together. Follow my journey or join in with my journey. Here we go. Let's build life together. Yeah. It's very nice. I like that. And
well, thanks, Brian.
Lifebuilder.com. You even have a website.
Thanks to you.
Okay. So let's talk about the channel, The Traveler. Something Traveler. That's what we're going to have it. It's going to be travel with an R. So we're going to try to stick with the branding, right? And do travel with the R. But we're taking the Baldwin life, right? Our family vlog. And we're going to kind of, because life's kind of changed lately, right? With everybody moving out. And
we're officially empty nesters.
Empty nesters with a small little nest.
Very tiny.
Because we downsized our nest.
Tiny, floating in the wind nest.
Oh wow, is this bird analogy or are you trying to give the bird?
Teeny tiny.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk about, so that channel has more I think it has more subscribers, definitely has more views than this channel. But the
hope is that our kids will throw stuff up in there too.
Yes.
For the trips that they do. So it's still going to kind of be a family channel.
We did one with the Father's Day thing, the bowling. Yeah.
So, but it's not going to feature all of our family, but it's going to mostly be travel. I think as long as our kids are good with it, which we still have to talk with them. I think that they are. Sending a text message out doesn't count. It's a conversation. This guy over here.
Okay. And then we talked about how do you want to travel? Like figuring out, do you want to do all kinds of different things?
The way I would like to travel, and this is where Brian and I are not on the same page, because one of his videos, I don't know if it's this one or another one that he's been talking about, is being on the same page as your spouse, or your partner, or your significant other.
That's this video. That's what this video is all about.
Yeah, well, there's some things to work out. I told Brian sometimes he uses YouTube as his therapist, and so it's like...
You are my therapist?
I'm like, but I'm just going to be real. We're just not on the same page about everything, which I think makes it hard to figure out how to travel. I would like a home base, and then I'll travel all the time.
Yeah, having a home base.
But I want a place to come home to.
For me, I'm thinking more of the nomadic, where you're not paying for a place where you're not staying. So if you travel for 6 months and you're gone for 6 months out of the year, you're going to pay for rent for 6 months when you're not even there. That's the way I was thinking.
The thing I think is, if I would have known that was like the process we were going to take, I never would have sold our home, because then we could have house hacked our home for 6 months and then been home for 6 months.
That's a good way to think about it. That's what some people could do.
That's what I would have done.
That's what some people do. Instead of selling their house, they rent out their house for income. But can you imagine doing a 6-month lease,
I mean, that works great where we live, because we are in a college town and people go home for the summer.
Yeah, so you're talking 9 months. So you want to travel for 9 months?
Whatever. You would travel full time. That's the thing. We also, for me, we don't have 5 amazing kids and 5 awesome grandkids to not ever be around them. So I prefer to be around, and I love our church. So being connected to church, doing worship and all those things. So I like to feel rooted and not just nomadic everywhere. And Brian's fine with just living the nomad life. So
I'm not necessarily fine with just doing the nomad life. I was just wanting to try the nomad life.
Yeah, which we said. Well, I said I'll do it.
That's the thing.
I said I'll try it this winter.
Because last year we paid for rent and we traveled, so we doubled up our expenses, and so we paid 6 months of rent when we weren't even there. So that's the thing. I think I
personally liked it though, because I always came home and I had all my stuff the way I wanted it.
Yeah.
My dog was taken care of. It was fine.
It took twice as much money.
Yeah.
So the thing about the channel is we're trying to make it where it's like least expensive. Like how inexpensive can you live? Kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And then so it's kind of like, hey, we're gonna see how inexpensive we could live. And we're going to pay for 2 places and not even be at one,
That's just because you made things up in your head and didn't communicate them out in your mouth. So.
Wow, Amber Unfiltered. Dun dun dun.
It's different. I'm for a good adventure. Don't get me wrong, people.
Okay,
but I like structure and I like stability, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
So I would be 100% down to travel. I would travel all winter long, knowing that I had a home to come back to. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm like, I would travel so much. I think that is so great, and we're young enough where we can do that.
Okay,
So if we had the income to be able to travel and enjoy life,
meaning double,
I'm not
pay
saying
for
like
rent
crazy,
and travel. That's why.
I'm
double the
also
income.
very frugal, so I
So if
like.
you can have double the income.
So for me, I'm just saying. I'm not saying like live this crazy bougie life. I like a good deal. I like to be frugal.
Yeah.
So I'm down for like not necessarily the most bougie way of traveling. So I'm for like, how can we do this with the least amount of expenses, but it's still enjoyable? Where it's like, if we want to go out to eat because there's this really cool place in this town that we happen to be in that you can only experience here, cool. Like when we went to Puerto Rico and we had mofongo for the first time.
That was
awesome
nice.
Experience.
Yeah.
So I'm saying things like that, we get to experience the places that you're traveling to makes sense to me. To be like, let's do bare minimum and make the most of it. I don't know if I'm there. So
yeah, that makes sense.
I think we have to figure out, and we're just in a different phase of life, you know. So
imagine if.
we need to get over Tesla.
Just imagine if we weren't paying rent at a place where we weren't living for 6 months. How much more money we would have had when we were traveling. That's all I'm saying.
I could go down the Just Imagine train. Would you like me to?
No, that's a whole nother video. We're almost done with this one.
Oh, okay.
I gotta cut off this video. But the other thing is to figure out the just book it kind of mentality. Like the last video, one of the last videos we did was about just get something on the calendar, because we always wanted, even when we always traveled, we always had day trips.
I agree with taking breaks from life in a sense, you know. And we've taught our kids that, we've said that, we've taught other people that. Get away once a quarter. It's good for your relationships, it's good for your mental health, it's good for your physical health. It's just good to get away. You think differently, you see things differently.
Gotta reset,
Yeah, it's a good reset. So I'm for that. I love that.
And then the last video we did, we talked about, what about our home base being in South Dakota, but not really South Dakota.
I'm not opposed to it, but I'm not about it either. I think I need to understand it a little bit more.
Yeah, so
because we do live in Colorado,
and if they didn't see that video, if they didn't see that video, it's America's mailbox, and you can get a permanent resident address and driver's license from South Dakota, and that's what a lot of nomads do, and people that travel, if they're expats or whatever, and that means they have a permanent address where they can have all their stuff sent, and it's like a service and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I think that would be cool to have that, but
I mean, I think there's some things logistically to figure out, and I also don't feel like that's something we should do if we're trying this nomad thing. I would rather just have our stuff sent to one of our kids' address for 6 months, and then if we're like, you know what, this is awesome, we love it, and then we just go full tilt and make it happen.
Full tilt.
But to me, it doesn't make sense to go through all that change for 6 months, because we may not do this. We're going to take the winter, because it's your bucket list and your big dream to take the whole winter and to travel as much as possible and not pay rent or utilities or have any major living expenses. So, like I said, I'm fine for the winter trying that out, but I don't think we should make, and I think that's something you have to decide. You make that decision, we're like, okay, we're 100% going to do this.
Yes, and that's the point of this video.
Yeah, and I don't think we're 100% going to do it. I think we're 100% going to try it, and then if we like it, then we'd be like, you know what, let's take the next 2 years and do this for real. Then I'm like, yeah, let's do that.
And so the point of this video is making sure that you and your spouse want the same thing and are on the same page. Because
I don't even know if you want the same thing. I think it's that you could be on the same page.
Be on the same page. Yeah, maybe not want the same thing, but want to experience.
Like, I want to go to coffee shops because I like coffee when we travel. Brian doesn't want to. We don't gotta.
I don't drink coffee.
We don't have to like the same thing. But
I do go to the coffee shops and they get a hot chocolate.
Yeah, but I think it is important to be on the same page, and I think that's what, if I'm honest, I'm still trying to figure out if you would be all in 100% good to go for the rest of your life. I'm just not there yet, and I'm okay not being there. I'm not going to be rushed to change my life
And
dramatically if I can't see. I like to have a plan and be prepared, and so
yeah.
I need to see a little bit more of that. So that's why I'm willing to try.
Well, thank you for being willing to try.
Yeah,
and I think
you for buying me a new place when we're done trying this thing if you don't like it.
And I think though the only one we didn't hit that was actually on the videos was
pet issue.
The pet issue, solving the pet issue.
There's no pet issue.
Because that is so expensive, you know. So
Brian
imagine
has
that.
this whole thing with the whole pet thing.
Okay, we got to end the video now. And thank you for watching. And remember, don't just watch J-Line, but be a J-Line.
You don't like it, huh?
See ya.
You
Bye.
don't like it, huh?